last video I post for the day. I got another video that I've been meaning to post. My sister's been sending me information about, you know, the escrow, about your lease, and I think the information she sent me is information that I don't think a lot of us lease drivers know, and including myself, I probably didn't know it. So this video, I just wanted to make you guys aware that if, let me sit up, let me get this light out y'all face. If y'all get a wheel done or anything done on your trailer that requires a wheel removal, always know that your lugs, even on your car, always double check and make sure that the mechanic properly tighten your lugs. Cause he did tell me, like I said, to get the confirmation torque to make sure that it's supposed to be torqued, because they say every 50 to 100 miles the lugs can work their way a little loose. So I'm sorry y'all, but I got to another Lugs, and I believe that was in Kentucky, so I'm in Texas now. And if you stop at a Lugs or anywhere for a torque, just know that it's free. So don't think that you have to pay to get your lug nuts on your truck checked. You know, they'll do it for free. Because I mean, I've got this done a lot of times. Because in the wintertime, you know, they say if you see rust streaks dripping down, you know, your rims, that can indicate that your wheels are starting to come loose. So every time I seen that, I always went and got my torques checked, and you know, just to be safe, because you don't want a wheel coming off on a truck. Like, you might can survive a crash if a wheel come off on a car, but on an 18-wheeler big truck, if a wheel come off on this thing, that can be major possible, just not good. So when I got here, I got him to check the torque on both of my axles on my rear trailer, and every last one of them was out of torque. I mean, and a few of them was so much out of torque, like he had to crank, and then torque. I'm like, oh my goodness, man. So my lug, I'm riding down the road, my lugs was that freaking loose. I mean, I just can't win. I cannot win with these trailers. So it's making me kind of anxious, and it's making me kind of, you know, to be more, that much more on top of the mechanics of this trailer. Because it's like, if I'm not on top of it, as far as either doing the work myself or taking it into a shop to help make sure they do it, it's like I could be riding not knowing if my truck's about to fall apart. So yeah, man, that to me, that really made me upset, because I watched the guy, I watched him torque and actually just turning. Like, you know, a torque stick is a long stick, it's like a ratchet, and it clicks when it's tightened to the proper amount of you know, torque. So like I said, a couple of those lugs was just turning and then click. I said, oh, so you telling me I'm riding this rig down the road with loose trailer lug nuts? Hey, so like I said, when I run across a issue, I'm not afraid to relay it, because this can help any other driver that has no clue about getting the lug nuts on your wheels checked every so often, especially if you just had a tire replaced, especially if you just had a brake job, especially if you just had a wheel seal. Anything that required the removal of your wheel, get it double checked by another tech, and watch them torque your wheels and make sure that you seen them torque it to 150 pound-foot torque. Yes, please. Man, I'm really, like, it's like every time, for one thing, please don't believe that I take my job lightly. Please don't believe that whatever I go through, that I don't learn from it. Because trust and believe, when I go through something major, it won't happen again. And I'm going to do my best to make sure that hopefully it don't happen to nobody else. That's why I'm glad YouTube is here, so that I can relay messages, hoping that y'all don't have to go through what I'm going through. And I'm still a baby in the game. You know, I'm still learning trucking. I'm nowhere near super trucking, don't want to be. And I mean, my thing is, like I said, I don't care if you got 40 years in the game. you always still going to learn something. If you feel like you know it all, you need to hang that key up and turn your truck in, because I don't know it all. I will make mistakes. I have made mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm not the go-to to know-it-all. I don't know everything of nothing. I'm just doing the best I can do to just, you know, get higher in my status in trucking, because I do love trucking. I love trucking. I do. I have a passion for it. So that's just my take on safety, guys. I wasn't going to make the video, but I said, nah, the people need to know that, because a lot of people probably don't never think to get their lug nuts checked from time to time. Check that shit, man, especially when you just had a job done. So, all right, y'all. Y'all be safe out here. You know, make sure your truck is safe to ride down the road, because obviously I'm realizing I'm going to have to really stay on top of my truck. And come to find out, because the guy at the Lugs truck, he hooked his computer up to my truck because the ABS light actually came back on. So I don't know if it's something wrong with the ABS system on this trailer, but it came back on. So he said he had to reset it, so hopefully it'll stay off. But when he looked into my computer, he gave me a free diag, you know, just to see if there were any codes lingering on my tractor. And there were codes that came up, but I'm like, damn, how can a code come up on your computer, but then it's nothing on my dash that pops up? He said, well, they're active codes, but they're not active. And then he said I had an HVAC code, and I'm gonna do a video on this too. Sometimes if you have a HVAC code, I forget what the code was, but there's a certain way that you can push the buttons on your knobs and you can reset the HVAC system so that the air can blow equally out the vents, because sometimes it'll blow out one vent, don't blow out the other vent, or it'll blow top but won't blow high. And when it does that, sometimes you can just simply reset your HVAC system and that'll help it out. So, all right, guys, let me lay down because I got to get up in a little bit. So I hope everybody's having a lovely, beautiful day. Thank you, everybody, for the beautiful comments. Even thank you, everybody, for the bullshit comments. I don't pay y'all motherfuckers no fucking mind. Trust and believe. Hallelujah. God is protecting me. So, deuces, everyone. Deuces. And sorry about the lighting, but